Speaker, honored guests, teachers, families, friends, and fellow students. It's great to be here today, and I really feel privileged to be able to give a speech on this special occasion as I share our experiences as graduating IB students and some thoughts for the future. My most vivid memories of school life at LISA would be the free lessons where we would sit around and do the most random of fun things. This entailed the usual visits to Winklermarkt to get some food, and then table football matches, or our musical side where we would sing songs till someone asked us to stop, or that time we made up a rap, and also that one time when we pretended to be on The Voice and would sing in front of a pretend jury, and our pop sockets on our phones would be the buzzers. Some would say we were wasting our time with fun and games instead of studying and doing our homework. But I would disagree and say we were building important friendships and relationships in that time. And that is the exact opposite of wasting time. So I suppose my main message today in this speech, as we as students go on from here, is don't waste your time and don't waste your lives. Looking back, it has been a crazy 2 years. I'm so thankful that I could spend them in my Class 8N. Although I'm speaking for all IB graduates today, it is hard to talk about our experiences as a collective. But hopefully, my personal experiences will in some way represent every graduate here today. For those of you who may not be familiar with the academic classes, or the N classes, let me give you a picture. In Year 7, 19 of us were picked out from some of the 3 existing classes, whilst others had just arrived in Litz. We were a bunch of kids from 10 different countries, completely different, now in the same class. It did take a while for us to gel, but eventually we clicked. Our one common trait, that we were all a long way away from home, was actually the reason for the amazing moments we could experience together. And I think we didn't waste time. These 2 years we had together, relationships take time, and by the end of the 2 years, I can say that we were able to make friendships for life. Also, academically, overall, I don't think we wasted our time. Yes, every one of us had stages where school wasn't the main priority. However, all in all, I can say that every single student here today is a hard worker. LISA is insanely hard, and everyone who made it into Year 8 honestly deserves an award. But that's also the great thing about LISA. We have been challenged and stretched in our capabilities to places we never thought we would go. And when we look back, we realize it really wasn't that bad. I remember the breakdowns we had where the Cheer K essay sounded like Chinese, or the maths I ate that was an utter nightmare for those of our students who were struggling with maths. I mean, a whole paper about maths. Only the IB does that. We learned so many things, such as how we know what we know, or how to approach people without biases, and so much more. But you'd have to ask every single individual here to say what really stuck with them. My mouth is so dry, I have some water. You don't want to be mumbling, so I'll continue from now on. Thus, it can be said, this school really did prepare us for university. Even though it has been really hard work, I think that every hurdle that comes from now on won't seem quite as big after we've graduated from here. That certainly wasn't a waste of time. Being part of the community at LISA has also made these past 2 years not a waste of time. Although all schools, LISA included, have their strengths and their weaknesses, one clear strength of LISA has been its welcoming community. People from all different backgrounds come together here and value each other as human beings and people and friends, despite our many, many differences. But of course, the LISA community would not be the same without its teachers. In this case, it truly is the people that make the place. It's so refreshing to interact with teachers who are passionate about their subjects, love what they do, and choose their jobs for the people and not for the money. I want to thank all teachers that in any little way, helped us IB students through the past 2 years. A few of them I'd like to highlight today. Mr. Kim, a teacher who was overqualified for his job and still chooses to teach us. He is a role model for many, and if you ever wanted to ask him, you would have to run after him in the school building while he is speedily walking and thinking about which of his 20 jobs he will do next, or what his next YouTube video will be. Our class mum, who never gave up on us. I actually have to say she was the class mum of all 4 classes. Perhaps she was sometimes too lenient with us, as we were her favorites, and who always gave us the best advice. Sometimes she took us to Teichberg, the cafe at the uni, and treated us to coffee. We would then sit down and chat or go for a walk. In conversation, she often urged us to remember that life is too short to do something you don't enjoy, and to strive for what makes you happy. Miss Spring, always so caring and happy, as she not only helped us dive into English literature, but also to understand it and express in words what we are thinking. And finally, Miss Hadsel, our stylish, organized, loving and always smiling homeroom teacher, and from last year onwards IB coordinator. She has been a most helpful and resourceful teacher in her subject German, but also in general IB things. She cares for every single one of her students and always pushed us to do better. I can look back and say honestly that we had great relationships with our teachers. It was not a waste of time. Last but not least, the biggest thanks goes to the wider Lisa community, to our parents and families who either chose the school for us, moved to Litz for our education, or made it possible for some of us to live here on our own whilst completing the IB diploma. Thank you, mums and dads, for encouraging us when we wanted to give up and proving to us that we are doing this for a reason. Also, a big thanks for dealing with our mood swings and sometimes late nights getting you to check our spelling and grammar before the morning deadlines. We did not waste your time. In these last 2 years, yes, there are wasteful moments, and sometimes we were lazy. But all in all, I'm thankful for the blessed time I had with these people. I don't think it was a waste of time. But what happens now? We are all growing out from here. This school is like a stepping stone to the rest of our lives. On average, each of us will have about 60 plus years to live, and that's a lot of time left. So, what are we going to do with our lives? Let's not waste them. I would like to say 3 final points on that topic. I'm sorry it's long, but brace with me. Firstly, we may not be able to change the whole world, but we can change something. As we live in a world with many problems, it would be easy for us to give up, to attempt to bring about big and helpful changes, but if we can't see them go exactly to plan, to not bother anymore. Even though there is lots we can change something. We can change some people's lives. Cass, as much of a burden as it was, it made us aware of helping others and doing things with nothing in return. I didn't imagine it would be mentioned 3 times until my speech came up. But we could make little differences through tutoring younger students, fundraising, bake sales, or just by simply giving our time. We may not solve climate change overnight, but every bit of good we do is worth it. Secondly, connected to my first point, I want to emphasize the importance of people. People matter more than anything. Relationships is what life is about. So as we go into life, studies, work, and families, I think we need to put other people first. The great irony of life is that when we are seeking after happiness, we won't find it. But it comes when we are thinking less about ourselves and more about others. Help the planet. Be a friend to someone who has no friends and seeks to help and love. Invest in people, invest in relationships. Thirdly and lastly, life is short, as I've mentioned. I know this may be a scary topic for some, but just keep this in the back of your mind as you make decisions for your life. That life does have its limits. So again, spend time with people and things that bring you joy. Seek to make sense of life, know yourself, grow in your self-awareness, take criticism, and acknowledge your weaknesses, and recognize and use your strengths. Life with purpose is so much more worth living. Don't waste your life. Coming back to my happiest memories at Lisa, we might not remember that B score that we just got or are about to get, or what we wrote about in our maths essays, but we will remember the people and the experiences we had that make us the people we are today. To conclude, I know you're all waiting. I hope that you can appreciate the little moments in life and see the preciousness of life and beauty that is a gift to all of us. Don't be just doing, but also be being. Take time to smell the roses. It's actually a really old English quote, but it's turned into an Instagram caption. But do take time to smell the roses and appreciate the small things in life that make it worth so much more. Learn also from your scars of life. They may be painful at the time, but they are there to teach us something. They are there to make us stronger and show us what's important and what to hold on to. Miss Hadsel once taught us to be the best version of ourselves. The best versions of ourselves will live a life full of passion, joy, purpose, and love. And that's not a wasted life. This is not goodbye. Instead, see you in 10 years' time at our 10-year reunion in 2029. Or maybe I'll see some of you earlier when I get a WhatsApp message that you need a place to stay in Australia.